Yo, 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 this is Chris Blair. As I always like to do in the morning, it's actually in the park again. My favorite activities in life, sit in the park and just relax and enjoy breakfast, do a little work. I want to talk about a topic that a lot of people care about. It's amazing if you look at all the posts in the groups, how much activity there is around a post regarding ads. It's actually, to me, it's actually incredible because, to be honest, one reason why I'm making this particular video about ads is because I want people to watch this video. If I talk about something that's actually infinitely more important than ads, no one cares. It's really bizarre. So I just want to make a point of saying, guys, look, okay, I'm going to talk about optimization of ads right now today, but if you think that optimization of ads is the key driver of your business, you're lost. You're absolutely lost in this business, and you're not. You need good products, you need a good website, you need a good relationship with your fan page. There's so many other things you need other than your ad strategy being properly done. But anyway, that said, ads is what people want to talk about, so that's what I'm going to deliver. Okay, so that's what people want, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we're going to talk about the purchase optimization, whether that is the best optimization or not. And then after that, I'm going to open the floor for a couple questions. I got my iPad here right next to me. I'm recording this on my phone, but I have my iPad open so I can see the questions. For some reason, I can't really see them on the phone when I'm talking and doing the live stream at the same time. Anyway, so let's talk about the main subject at hand, and that is purchase optimization. Is that the best optimization? Okay, and there's a few things you need to think about here when it comes to this, right? So first of all, to even optimize for purchase, right? So there's different things in the funnel. There is view content, which means they went to the website, they checked out the sales page. There is add to cart, there's initiate checkout, and then there's purchase. Okay, so Facebook's blog says you need 15 to 25 hits on an ads account, right? And by the way, should you have one ads account working multiple sites? Absolutely not. And the people are doing that in one ads account, one site, one ads account, one site, one pixel, one site. That's the way it's designed. Facebook's designed it that way, and that's where you should be doing it. So okay, so it says you need around 25 hits a day to be able to optimize well for that particular action, right? Okay, so that means you should be consistently doing at least 25 hits a day before you even consider optimizing for purchase. Okay, so if you're not consistently getting 25 hits a day, you shouldn't even consider optimizing for purchase. But that's still okay. So if you're doing the 25 more a day, and by the way, pure pixel fires, guys. Just because you got 25 sales does not mean on the store a day does not mean that they're pixel fires. There's a big difference, because there's a lot of traffic that comes from organic traffic. Okay, that's comes from shares, tags. If Google has been spidering your site and you start to get some traffic from Google or using Instagram and people come through. So if they're not firing on the pixel, that does not count as towards your optimization. So 25 pixel fires, right? And you typically, it depends on the store, but I would say you're doing at least 30 to 40 sales a day before you even get to 25, okay? Depends on how much organic reach you're getting on your store. But anyway, that said, so you should have 25 fires before you even consider it. But the question is it still a good idea? Is optimizing by purchase for website conversion still a good idea? And in my opinion, and not just opinion, from years of running ads and testing, I believe it's not, okay? Unless you're using some very large budget ads and manual bidding, potentially manual bidding, to control the cost, because as your budget goes up, right, Facebook tends to spend money faster and the CPM tends to go up. So that's why people have been countering that with manual bidding, okay? And if you're going to use large budget ads, yes, you have to use manual bidding, but the system that I've been using and teaching and doing is all based on low budget ads, okay? So if you're using low budget ads, we're talking, I don't know, anything that would say below 100 for ad, you definitely should be optimizing not by purchase. And here's why. It's because the amount of traffic and hits that particular ad set is getting on any given day. So if you got, I know you have a campaign, but then you have an ad set, right? Facebook, to optimize an ad set well, needs data too. So even if you're doing $100 a day on a particular ad, right? Let's just say you were doing that, right? And you were getting, let's see here, we'll do $10 conversions, okay, to make it easy. So you're getting 10 hits a day. That's pretty good, actually. You could, at that point, because you have $10 a day, right? 10 purchases a day. You could actually probably optimize that ad set for purchase, but I still don't recommend it, okay? And the reason I still don't recommend it is this: you're still, barely at a threshold that's interesting and can really optimize your ad well, okay? I just don't feel that unless you're using very, very high budgets on your ads, you're going to get the proper optimization with the purchase function. So that said, how do I optimize my ads? And guys, I've done testing. I've tested up the wazoo. And even now today, people say, why don't you try purchase? So I go back and I test it, and I test it and test it, and I'm telling you guys, I've never, ever had a purchase ad outperform add to cart ever. I've done, guys, over the last 3-4 years, I've done multiple tests, and add to cart always outperforms purchase, okay? So the question is why? I mean, why would add to cart actually outperform purchase? And that's something that's really hard for a lot of people to understand. And let me explain. I think I have my theories. Obviously, this is just theory because I'm not 100% like technical expert and all that stuff. But I think it comes down to a balance of quality of intent of the person and data amount. Okay, so it's two factors here. Okay, so number one, if someone's adding to cart, they're showing interest. Okay, they're showing some interest, and that's pretty deep. It's also a lot deeper than just clicking over the website. Number two is this: it depends on your store. I mean, my store is particularly incredible. I mean, I basically have only a 50% drop off between add to cart to purchase, which is the highest I know of all. I've been coaching students, I've seen their stores. The industry average is around 68% people drop off. So everyone is getting between 2 to 3 add to carts for every purchase. That is 2 to 3 times more hits a day that Facebook can dig in and start to optimize your ads for. It's just more data, a lot more data for Facebook to really dig in and get quality performance. And someone says, well, should I use add to cart? Should I optimize for add to cart if I'm doing manual bidding? And by the way, I'm not a big manual bidder. I've done a lot of testing, and I don't believe that it outperforms micro ads. I don't believe that in a heartbeat. I've done a lot of testing. And by the way, manual bidding works. So remember, I'm not being critical of manual bidding. I'm not saying it doesn't work, because it absolutely does. I've gotten sales and profit from manual bidding, and I know that it works. But I just don't believe on my testing that it outperforms micro small ads, and sending many of them. I've done a lot of testing, and I'm telling you, I believe manual bidding, although it works, my micro ad system, we said, hundreds of $10 and $5 ads, outperforms manual bidding any day of the week. And I've done a lot of tests on it. So anyway, that said, but let's just say you are, because right now manual bidding is a big hot thing and people love the manual bid. So I'm going to talk about that here. Should I use add to cart optimization if I'm manual bidding? And I say yes too, because again, it's the same deal, right? It's a balance between deep intent and what do you call it? Data quantity of data. So yeah, I would still use add to cart. I did a split test one time between purchase manual bid and add to cart manual bid, just to see what would happen, and I got better results on my add to cart manual bid as well. So anyway, that answers that question. I believe add to cart. I think you should be using add to cart for your optimization, and that's what I'm recommending. I'll open the floor to any questions. In the meantime, I just want to talk about my course. Guys, today for my private ecom course, we're doing a Twitter webinar. Just 2 days ago, we did a YouTube webinar. Guys, there's a lot more traffic sources out there other than Facebook, and I'm getting traffic from those sources, and it's working for me. And so, by the way, I wouldn't consider myself a Twitter expert, nor would I consider myself a YouTube expert. So, guess what I did? I brought in Adam Payne to come talk about YouTube. He's going to do a second webinar. I have Hayden Stevens coming in on Twitter. So guys, my course, yes, I deliver a lot of the content, but on 4 or 5 different modules now, I've brought in other experts to help, guys, because I want to deliver the best quality I can, and I cannot personally call myself an expert in all these different fields. So I've actually reached out to friends and gotten help. The course is 75% done. The feedback has been amazing. It covers site optimization, product and development research. Guys, product and development research, this is the best course ever in product development, hands down, and I 100% believe that, and I'll say that over and over again. We have 3 hours on products. 3 hours, guys. 2 full webinars on product development. Now, I don't know any course that goes that deeply, guys, because why did I do that? Why did I go so hard on products? Because your product quality is everything. This is a product-driven business. If you don't have a winning product, you don't have a good product, you don't have a business. You don't have a fucking business. Excuse my language. I want to emphasize this because so many people think, oh, my ads are not converting, my ads are not converting, my ads are not converting. No, your product is not converting. Tough love, guys. Tough love. You need a winning product, which is why I spent 3 hours. And I'm actually doing another webinar on products. There's actually some more stuff I thought of just the other day about products. So I'm going to do a 3rd product webinar. So literally we're going to have 4 to 5 hours on products alone, just in this one course. Plus there's total thing about 12 to 13 webinars, 40 videos, some incredible content. If you want to be a beta member, we're about 2 weeks away from completion, so then we'll launch it sometime towards the end of May, early June, and then beta membership will close, and it'll be $2,500. But if you want to get in for the cheaper price, for the beta price, even private message me. And now I will. Ryan Anderson, who's in the course, says he's been in other courses too. Says real good stuff. He's in the beta group. Ryan, would you recommend the beta group? Obviously, you just said you do, but I just want to see what you have to say. And now I'm going to open the floor to questions. I got a few minutes here. I'll take some questions. Here, so I can see some comments. There we go. Okay. All right, so I'll open the floor to questions. Anyone want to make some questions about this? Anything I got to say? How much is the beta? I don't want to reveal that publicly. There's a couple reasons for that. So can you private message me, Joel? So I will say that the final price will be $2,500, which is going to be one of the most expensive courses out there, and that's how much I believe in the quality. I'd rather have less people in there, and actually one of the reasons why I'm going for high price is this: the quality of the group. Guys, we got a vibrant Facebook group there. It's a secret group, and it will always remain secret. I'll never make it even a closed group because I don't even want people to see who's in there. It's a quality, vibrant group, and we're communicating and help each other, and it's awesome. I mean, by keeping the price point high, I keep the numbers small, and that's a strategy. Actually, it's a deliberate point. It's not an accident, and that's one of the reasons why the price point not only is because of the quality of the content, but number 2, I want to make sure that we have a small but vibrant mastermind group over the next year or 2 that just people depend and love. And by keeping that, we're gonna. I mean, the price points that's going to be high, it's never going to be in the thousands, and that's fine. Hundreds is great. Okay. Okay, here we go. Ryan Anderson's talking about my course. Says, Ryan, yeah, it's great, man. The scaling module is awesome. I'm testing the ATC optimization now instead of my normal purchase optimization. So he's talking about the scaling module. I have 8 different ways of scaling micro ads. People always ask me, well, Chris, if you're using only $5 and $10 ads, how can you scale? And don't you need manual bidding? And the thing is, the answer is no. It's just you need to know how. I have 8 different methods, and obviously 8 different methods. It's literally, one 90-minute webinar, plus I did a few supplementary videos. So it's about 2.5 hours of content. I don't remember the exact, don't quote me on that, but somewhere between 2 to 2.5 hours of content just on scaling. And it covers all the different 8 methods that I use. So, I mean, yes, you can scale micro ads. You just got to know how. Okay. Anyone else have any questions? I'm open for a few questions here. I'm not seeing a lot of questions. We see great feedback on my course, so I really appreciate it. Thank you, Ryan. Another person, Chris Angelo, says, Chris, this course is amazing. Highly recommend it. So, guys, 2 people on this webinar or on this live stream are on my course, and they are giving me feedback. By the way, unsolicited feedback. By the way, I should point out. All right, if there's no questions here, okay, we'll talk about one other thing since we're doing a live stream. We'll talk about one other thing, and that is photos, real image photos for product ads. Man, at some point last year, I decided to test out real image photos. Nothing fancy at all. We're talking about photos I took with my iPhone. No special lighting. In fact, some of the photos I actually asked my supplier to take, and it's in the middle of a what do you call it? A printing facility. So it's on a wooden table, and the background's got all these, products just lined up there. It looks ugly. It doesn't even look attractive at all. I started advertising these photos just to see what would happen, because I figured it's social media, keep it real. And my Lord, I am blown away with how much better real photos outperform mock-up generated, Photoshop generated photos. It's incredible. So if you have a selling product, do anything you can to get a real photo. Order it yourself, take the picture, ask your supplier to take a picture, ask your customers, somehow get real photos. And they don't have to be clean and beautiful. They don't have. In fact, my best performing photo, guys, it's unbelievable. The thing's in a box, and you can see the box, and you can barely see the product. But for some reason, I think it's because it shows how the product actually shows up in a box, protected, and you can sort of see it, the product, and not in full. You can only see the front design. You can't see the back. Unbelievable. That ad is performing like it's killing it. I pinned it to my top of my page because it's that good. It's like, wow, man, that photo is converting, and I still boggles the mind. But yeah, that thing is converting. To this day, it's still my best performer. And I've posted it several times, and the reason why I've posted it several times is because what happens is when you run ads to one post for too long, Facebook just says enough's enough. I ran last year on that photo for like 6 months, and suddenly just crash. And so then I post it again, and then I wait and I run it for a few months, new post, and I repost it again. So one thing I've learned with these images is that you can't keep running traffic to a post forever. There comes a point where Facebook says enough. We want fresh content on this site, so if you want to use that image again, post it again. And so I do that. And plus, I think what else was happened was, as we're going back and commenting back, right? A lot of people are getting notifications saying so-and-so commented on this photo, so people start to get sick of that. So they start to turn off notifications from that or make complaints, right? So that affects, I think, the performance of that post. So I think that's why, yes, for social proof, you want to run your post for a good period of time, but eventually you just want to say fuck it and repost the same converting image and try it again. Someone's asking, here we go. Yasid's asking, Chris, based on your experience about ATC ads, how many purchases can you get out of a $5 ad? That's such a difficult question. I mean, it depends on the size of your audience and how long you can run it for. But I mean, I've gotten, and sometimes you don't always get a purchase in a given day. But yeah, I've had as low as 2 purchases a day on a $5 ad. And that's incredible, but it doesn't run like that consistently, right? It's, 2 today, 0 the next day, 1 the next day, 2 the next day, and it's that kind of thing. I can't give you a set number based on, that's a impossible question to answer. But think about this, Jesse. I'll say this: if you get one purchase a day, I don't care how low your profit is, you're happy. I mean, if you're spending $5 on an ad set and you get 1 purchase a day, even if you're doing a low free plus shipping offer and you have a very low profit on that, you have nothing to complain about. Okay, any other questions? Okay. All right, guys, private message me for info on my course. Also, by the way, I should mention I have a coaching spot open now. Someone just finished the 3-month consulting coaching program, so if you're interested in my long-term coaching, I can take on one person now as well. Cheers, I'll see you in the next video.